Hey, what's up, everyone? It's me, Matt Diazable, doing my thing, making music reviews, talking music, having a good time. Thanks for coming on by. Today, I am checking out the latest album from the band Trail of Lies with their album Only the Strong. Ooh. Trail of Lies is a New York hardcore band that's been around since about 2011. They've released, I want to say, at least up to two, maybe this is their third record, and they've done a few EPs here and there. They've been kind of on hiatus since about like 2018, 19, and with Corona and everything, they were on pause for a long time. But 2024, they have slowly started making a comeback with their newest album, Only the Strong. And surprisingly, I saw Trail of Lies back in 2019. No, 2000, yeah, 2019 or 18 at Blood X Fest in Japan. And looking up about this band, they like to say that they like to have primal and raw energy with their music. And I cannot find a better description for this band because when I saw them for the first time, like I saw their name, I didn't really look them up before going to the show because like, I was like, whatever, I'll just check them out when I'm there. I have never in my life moshed to a band so hard when I didn't know a single song, I didn't know a single lyric. I legitimately was at the edge of the pit and their song just came on. I was just like, I've got to mosh to this. And I was just in there the whole time. And I never do that because I always feel weird if I mosh to a band that I don't know. Like nothing's worse than when you start moshing and the song ends or you're off time because you don't know the next part of the song. But I did not care. Like that primal energy came out of me from like hearing their set live. And since then, I've been hooked on this band since the first album I listened to them, which was called WAR, War. Oh, freaking bangers on bangers with that album. So when I saw that this band was putting out a new album, I was really stoked on it. And since I'm doing these music reviews, even double stoked on it because I get to talk about something I really enjoy. And Trail of Lies is a band that I really enjoy. So let's get into this review. Only the Strong will survive after listening to this album from Trail of Lies because they've got some really hard-hitting pits in this album. Great dogpiling, trying to grab the mic moments, and some really good stage diving worthy tracks that, you know, if you're a fan of Trail of Lies and you've been waiting a long time to listen to this album, it was well worth the wait, I think. I gotta say the main theme of this album is strength, and Trail of Lies are not disappointing you with bringing some real beefy and hard-hitting songs. From the guitars, drums, vocals, everything on this album is what you would expect from a Trail of Lies, and it's just great. The drumming on this album is huge and just extremely primal. It's gonna bring out the animal in you when you're in the pit because they're just so intense and dense sounding. And particularly on the songs Stand Hard, Only the Strong, Unbroken, and Strength Through Discipline, something about the way the drums are being played here, it just brings out that primal energy into you, primal energy out of you with their huge sounds. And particularly on the song Only the Strongs, it has a really good sound to it. So I'm going to play a clip of that for you. Oh, it just brings out that animal in you. The guitars and bass sound really good on this album because they really complement each other very well. And throughout the album, the guitar and bass do like little guitar scaling, bass playing, like twang that just adds some nice variety to the album. And so I would say the guitars and bass don't really sound too boring throughout this album. Like on Stand for Change or Revenge, the guitar scaling and the way they're playing on these parts on these songs, they have a nice little twang to it that just make it sound a little bit more interesting and fun to listen to. So I'm gonna play a clip of Stand for Change so you can get an idea of what, like how interesting the guitars can sound on this record. Like there's some subtlety to the guitar playing in this part of the song. It sounds really cool. The vocals on this album sound less raspy and more refined and husky compared to their older albums. And I feel like the main vocalist has like just gotten older slash gone through trauma and his voice has changed and it sounds really good on this album. And there's like a few guest vocalists throughout this album that help switch up things and give it some nice variety. The backing vocals from the band really help. So vocally on this album, I think they do a really good job of showing some good, fun vocals that go with this hard-hitting sound. In particular on the songs "Only the Strong," "Trail of Lies," and on "Unbroken." He sounds really like unreal on "Unbroken." So I'm gonna play a clip of that for you right now. He sounds tough as nails on this song. On the side of the production for this album, I'm really impressed at how everything sounds really well mixed and layered out. Nothing is really overlapping too much. Vocals, drums, bass, and guitars, they all seem to be layered nicely. And so you get a really crisp and enjoyable sound with this record. The only criticisms I would have about this album are like the interludes that are in this album, like at the very beginning, middle, and towards the end. Most of them don't really seem to serve too much of a purpose. They're really short and they kind of go by so quick, you don't really realize them. So I think if they had just merged them into the songs anyway, I think it would have made the pacing and the flow of the album a lot better. But then again, it might have made the album a lot shorter and would it be technically a track. So this wouldn't be an album. So I don't know. Creative forces beyond what I know. They know what they're doing. But besides one interlude, most of them just kind of seemed like, okay, we're here. That's there. I don't think they really impacted the album that much. And another thing that I would say was not the best about this album was the breakdowns. They sound big, they sound really badass throughout this album, but they do seem a little bit derivative of one another and somewhat redundant. They kind of just sounded really, really like the same over and over. Besides like Unbroken, most of the breakdowns all kind of had a similar feel and vibe to it. So some of the parts of the songs in the album felt a little bit redundant. But other than that, it's still a pretty good album, especially if you want to get like really ignorant and just want to hear some strong songs that just make you want to hit the gym, become more like active in some part of your life, or if you just want to get ready for the pit or ready for a show. Trail of Lies is going to do that. They're going to get you pumped. They're going to get you excited. That's what they're doing. They said they want to bring out that primal energy in people, and I think they have done a good job. And the wait was well worth it after all these years of not hearing any new music from them. So this latest album from Trail of Lies is a light, I would say pretty light scaling here, light 8 out of 10. Yeah. Likes, subscribe, comment down below what you think about this album, this band. Give me some other recommendations from the New York hardcore scene or any artist. I'm down to check out anyone. I'm Matt from Diazville. Thanks for checking me out. And until next time, guys, bye and see you in the pit.